There was a lot of things that I had to go through at the time where, being a golden child wasn't easy. It was an upcoming battle with a lot of things that I had to deal with. And I wasn't too pleasant. I wasn't too pleasant about everything that I went through. And there was a lot of time when I was very unhappy. I was depressed. And I was wondering why I was like that all the time. I got to have something to do with the role that I was playing and being a golden child, because I was suffering from stress, depression, and even there was suicide thought that I had at the time. There was a lot of times where my grandmother had a smear campaign going on. She was a narcissist, where she would tell other people, she would tell my brother, saying that I never amount to anything. I wasn't nothing. I wasn't going to be nothing. Or I'm going to be a failure, or you're never going to succeed. She may taught me how to survive with a 9 to 5 job, but she never really taught me how to strive, where I become more successful than just a 9 to 5 job. She never taught me every trick in the book, how to come to successful, how to make six figures, how, 9 to 5 job not the only thing that you should know how to make money from. There's other ways you can make money, but my grandma never really thought outside of the box. She thought that was the only option that I had. And that's a very small-minded individual, coming from somebody who does business, or who's an entrepreneur. And entrepreneur would span even more and come up with more ideas how to be financially secure, especially in the future. But my grandma wasn't that kind of person. And there were a lot of times where she would pressure me into doing something, and then later on I would regret doing them, and then she'll tell me it was all your fault. And she never take accountability for anything. There was a lot of times where she done something wrong, and she'll never tell me to my face, Brandon, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean to do this, I effed up. She'll never tell me that how sorry she is, how wrong she is. It was more of like, okay, yeah, I did it. So what? Who cares? Move on. It was that type of thing. She never not once apologized to me and tell me how sorry she was. So that's when I realized this is the individual who never really cared about me as a person. It was all about transactional. It was more like, I love you, but you got to do this for me. It was never the unconditional love. It was conditional, because she came with a price. That's what it was with her. So that was the upcoming battle that I had with her. And there was a lot of times she'll say mean, hurtful things, especially in the text messages. She'll be saying things like, I don't know what I could have done to you, but if I did, so be it. She already admitted, and like, you just basically just told on yourself. I didn't have to tell you. I didn't have to get you to confess or say anything. You already told on yourself. You already told me who you was as a person. It was all about her feelings and her well-being and her needs. That's the only thing that matters to her. Everything else doesn't matter but her. Like I said, she was a narcissist. Well, this is what happened when I took on that role, being a golden child. Make me look like I was the special one. I can do no wrong in her eyes. And I had too many target on my back, but that was the mistake that I made. Um, because you can't help who you love. I disrespected myself so much, even allowing this person to be in my presence or to be in my space. And I promise you, anybody else out there who are dealing with this, you are not alone. at all. And I promise you that would never happen again. So I had suffered from long term mental health. And there was a lot of time where I would wake up crying in the middle of the night and crying in my sleep because all that stuff that I endured on that I went through. And she can still here say that she didn't do anything wrong to me. She can still here say I ain't do nothing wrong to Brandon, nothing happened. Or she can lie to her people, her girlfriend, her family member, whoever she feel like she needs to lie to. Her and I know what it is. Me and God and that woman knows what's up. So that that's the whole thing of me and the golden child. At the end of the day, I'm a survivor. I made it throughout all of that. I was strong enough to even dealt with all of that bullshit that I went through. So this is the message to everybody out there. What I went through, you don't have to go through these things. I would hate for you to go through these things. If you know this person is doing this to you, I'm telling you, if you stayed in it, it will only do more harm than good. It's better just get out while you can. Escape from it, because that's what I had to do. I escaped, and now I found peace in my life and happiness at the same time. You can too.